So I was working for one of these companies that loves to boast, brag and boast about, we love veterans. We love to hire veterans. And as soon as I got there, I needed an accommodation for work. And I needed this accommodation with a couple of other people. We were in a situation where we all had the same issue, and we needed the same accommodation, and the company wasn't providing it for us. So because I know ADA law, and also because I'm a Purple Heart veteran, I earned this. You're not going to take advantage of my service to get some tax break or whatever for your organization. You're not going to do that, not with me. So I let all my coworkers know. I said, hey, we need to go downtown to the EEOC because I know a little bit about ADA law. I'm not an expert, but I know that this isn't right, and we have protections for us as employees with disabilities. And nobody wanted to do that. Everybody was afraid of retaliation, and they were afraid to lose their job. So I went down to the EEOC by myself, and they reviewed my case, and we went to something called arbitration, and I actually won. It was me with all these big fancy lawyers in his room with a mediator, and I won. And I went back to work with my new accommodation, and everybody was looking at me like, where's mine at? And I said, you don't get one. You didn't want to come downtown with me. You didn't want to fight for yourself. And then I became the asshole, of course. So if you're dealing with anything at work when it comes to getting accommodation, never be afraid to speak up for yourself. Stick to your guns. Do not be afraid of retaliation. Always be respectful with your employer, because you don't want them to have anything that they can use to fire you. And with me, I went back to my job, and I wasn't afraid of retaliation. I looked everybody in their face, and I said, now what? I got my accommodation. I went to work, and I was a great employee, and I stayed there until I left. So never be afraid to advocate for yourself, and look into ADA law in your state. Make sure that you have everything documented. So if you do end up in arbitration like I did, you can say, hey, well, here's my evidence. And yeah, don't let nobody take advantage of you, especially an employer, because as an individual with a disability myself, and as a veteran, I'm just not going to do that, and you shouldn't do that either. Always advocate for yourself, learn about ADA law, and man, never be afraid to get the accommodation at work that you deserve. And that's why my name is, David, but the Lion and Lion Speaking Agency means be brave, never be afraid. Visit me at www.dkendrickjr.com to see everything that I have going on, and let's talk about me talking for you.